Hey guys, and welcome to the next episode of Golden Sun: The Lost Age Reloaded. And here we are, halfway through Ankohl Ruins, or Ankohl Ruins. I've always been pronouncing it as Ankohl, but now that I think about it, it's probably Ankohl. Just because, you know, Ankohl, that's what I think the etymology behind that name is, but anyway. We explored the left wing last episode, so why not the right this time? So let's see what we have in store for us here. Got some stuff we can whirlwind. That's got nothing, of course. Most of them have nothing. I just like going through them all, just because. I have a feeling there's something in here. Or not. Looks like I was wrong on that one. But I know for sure there's something through here. In the sand. And of course there's another passageway, so. And now I know for certain there's something in here. Now that's a doorway, no two ways about it. So let's head on in. And we have a treasure chest. Inside is the Moony Robe, which, let's see what that is. Replenishes and boosts HP. Whoa, okay. That's nice HP recovery. +4, +12, okay. That's great. Oh, so it's about equal in stats for Sheba. What does Sheba have on right now? The Festival Happy boosts luck. 32. This is 32-2, I guess. 32-2. Anyway, this is 32. Since Jenna doesn't have anything like that, I'll give it to her. Plus, Sheba already has that, whatchamacallit. Not this. She has this, which replenishes HP. So, both of the girls are gonna have good HP regeneration now. As for Felix and Piers, at the moment in their current classes, they have more than enough HP that they don't need to worry about regeneration. They can be healed up with little issues, so. But I guess you could also argue the case that since they have larger HP, they would benefit more from the regeneration, because that means they would need to take more heals than, say, someone with less HP would take to get back to full, you know? Like someone with low HP could take 3 cures to get back to full HP, early on of course, this time it takes like 10, and say that the people with the more HP take like 5 or 6, you know? That kind of stuff, but I'll keep it on the less HP people for now. Because, well, first of all, that, shirt, well, that can go on anybody. The Moony Robe we just got can only go on the girls, it seems. So, there's no changing that. But, okay, there's nothing through either of these. I assume we're gonna have to get this to spit out sand. But that's on the other side, and we're not there yet, unfortunately. And there's a trail back here, too, so. Ah, I see. I think we have to make him do the trail thingy. Oh, and I hate this room so much. I forget why I hate it so much, but I do. It's just one of those things I remember. I'm like, oh, I don't like this room. It's not very good. Well, I'm pretty sure whatever's in that chest is good, and, yeah, I'm sure it is, but it's getting to it that's the problem. I don't know why. I just don't like going through that. For whatever reason, I forgot how to get through it, but it's just one of those things that I remember not being too big a fan of. Okay, there we go. So now here's something we can sand through. I think I may have remembered why I don't like this place very much. Yeah, the right wing is severely more difficult than the left wing, because, well, the left wing comes first. So obviously the right one would be harder. But the right one, I believe, also has better goodies in it, like that Moony robe, and whatever else is in that chest back up there. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Power Crush. Okay, there we go. We should probably heal up Sheba, which she can do on her own. But that begs the question, where to go from here? I don't exactly see anything in this room, but there's a passageway back down there. So that makes me think we have to go through here, maybe? No, we just got there. Okay. Chest? No. Okay. This one's got me stumped. Okay, let's check the premises again. Wait a second, hold on. Well, it was still worth coming back here, of course. It seems as though there's, well, I think I remember something that's a thing in here. Come on, you have to get in my way right before I'm going to attempt it. Let's take him out quickly. There we go. Okay. Vial from that. Nice. Well, let's hotkey move back on, because we'll be doing this a lot. Yep, see? I knew it. You can pull these faces down to get stuff. Got some crystal powder. I completely forgot about this the last time. So, yeah. Good on me that I finally remembered. And I'm sure in one of these there's an alternate path like this right here. Ooh. Did I get it the second time? I don't know, but this looks pretty nice. Okay. Okay, so there's another chest here. Okay, got it. Oh, no, over here to the right. Got it. Okay. So that one's probably in the statue farther to the left. Let's see what's waiting in store for this. Now that I remember, the first thing that, when I was playing this for the first time, the first thing that the guide said, since I was following like a dungeon guide, not so much a combat guide, because I had that down, but I wasn't exactly familiar with this game's, you know, like, dungeons, like, patterns and stuff. I mean, I'm sure I could figure it out if I, you know, kept at it hard enough, but I didn't want to go through that usual dungeon thing. Since I ended up enjoying the dungeons so much, though, I went through a second playthrough without a guide. And the dungeons were more difficult, but the combat I already knew, like, by the back of my hand, so it wasn't... So yeah, that was pretty much dungeon-only difficulty there. But in here, this is where we get that chest. Oh, I see what we have to do. We have to sand there, then we get through. Where's sand? Oh yeah, might as well hotkey sands back on, because now we'll be using that all the time. We only need to use, and we got a nut for our troubles. Something we could buy for a measly 200 coins at the market. So much work for such a little item. And we already have 60 of them. Why do we need an extra nut? Like I don't get it. Oh well. It's fine, but it seems like we didn't find any clues about this thing here. Ugh. Okay. Maybe, just maybe, opening up those things made a difference down here, specifically. I don't know why I think that, but I have a feeling it's something along those lines. We also seem to be running from a lot of battles successfully. It's like we haven't failed to run away from a single one, and that's kind of, you know, it's almost unprecedented, because usually you fail like every, I don't know, couple of times. Still nothing down there. Okay. Nothing over here either. Like, interesting. I must be overlooking something. That has to be the deciding factor in this. Like, this? No, we can still go there. Okay. We need to get over there. And how are we going to do that? We can't go up here. Can't do anything around here. There's nothing to reveal, is there? No. Okay. Okay, I'm actually gonna check up a quick guide on this, just in case I'm missing anything, because I honestly have no idea. Ooh, boy, I just realized my big mistake. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's, not good. Let's go back to this, room right over here, and you'll notice that I was supposed to go over there on the left wing part. Yeah, quite unfortunate. So, let's go all the way back to the left wing and do that. Wherever it is, because I honestly forgot. It's been a while since I've last played through this game. I know I've played through it like 5 times, maybe, because I just like Golden Sun that much. Because honestly, I have to say, I love the dungeons in these games, especially the second game. They are some of the best RPG dungeons I've ever went through. They don't feel tedious in the slightest to me. Maybe because I already know a couple of things of what I'm supposed to do, but even then, going back and repeating them is never a chore for me. Unless I have to, like, backtrack a ton of a ways back, but that'd be annoying for anybody. So, like, in most other RPGs, I'd get, you know, okay, stop lagging, please. I get tired of, like, going through a long dungeon, like, pretty dang quickly. But this one, I usually have a positive experience with every dungeon. Discounting Talpo Swamp, because I just don't like that place. And even then, that's not like a bad design thing or anything. That's just my personal opinion. I just don't like that place at all. Well, maybe at all is a little extreme, but because I do think it's still a worthwhile place to go, even though it's completely optional and has no bearing on the story whatsoever. Despite having a couple of Dejini there, but, you know. I just don't like that place. I'm not too big a fan of those, like, murky, swampy areas. I mean, Satoral Marsh in Xenoblade was a pretty nice place, even though it's normally a place that I wouldn't normally like going to. But that one did have pretty good music, both for the day and night cycles, of course. And finally, we failed to escape from a a freaking battle. It's been like 2 years since that's last happened. But yeah, anyway, I have a feeling I overlooked something massively over here. So, yeah, this might be what you would call a dud episode, as in this is mostly filler stuff, but not mostly. We did get the Moony robe, so, and plus, we should focus on the positives in this part. We got the Moony robe, we got most of the treasures through that thing, and yeah, all in all, we did pretty good, all things considered. But this might be the place. This might be the place I overlooked. Speaking of, I might as well put up an avoid right now if we have anything. No, Piers doesn't have a void in his base class in this version. That's unfortunate, but oh well. Sands go through. Let's see if we have anything. No, this is just... okay. I have absolutely no clue where the heck that thing is then. But I guess we've got all day, I assume, so it's not like we're running low on time or anything. I could spare like extra 6 minutes, possibly. Anything down here? No, up there is where we're supposed to go. But we can't obviously get over there yet, because, well, we probably have to make a vine to go up there. But, yeah, Oh, no, don't go through there. Wait, was there another doorway here? Or is that the only one? Yeah, that's the only one. Okay, got it. So, that would mean that that other thing must be through here. Something along those lines. Was it this thing all along? Yes. See? There we go. Perfect. Took 2 years, but okay, I guess I found it. Plus, I have a feeling we've been through this exact whirlwind thing before. Did I just not notice that stump? Or, like, what? Oh, yeah. We haven't been... I didn't even bother to check over here before, so... yeah, that's on me. So, that's an extra 10 minutes that we spent going after that stump. But, now that we know where it is, we need only do one thing, and that's backtrack to where we started, and then do things the proper way. So, try to find a quick way back over there. And this is... what is this? I can't even move that, can I? Yeah, I suppose that's just a shortcut for when you beat the dungeon, just so, you know, backtracking is not so difficult on the portal. And that's what I like about that. It's like, I know a lot of other games do this too, but I just love it whenever a dungeon like opens up shortcuts for you. It's pretty cool. And like when you get to the end, so you don't have to go like through the whole dungeon again, it gives you like a little shortcut to go through. Even if the game doesn't necessarily have like fast travel, or even if it does. I like it whenever it does that. I also like, about Golden Sun, how most of the dungeons you navigate using spells in the overworlds. Like, I don't really see that too often in other RPGs, where you have to use actual spells you would use both in combat and out to traverse the dungeon, and I honestly think that's really cool. Makes the progression feel like you're using every ability you have at your arsenal, if that makes sense. And this mod makes it even more so, because now you can't just you can just spam the A button, but you also have to use other strategies too, like if you want to maximize efficiency, you could just use a whole round of synergy, like I'm gonna do right now, to take these guys out. So I just think that's really cool, but now that we've found ourselves back to where we're supposed to be, I think I'm gonna extend this episode by an extra 5 minutes because of my gaffe earlier, but yeah, we're probably not going to do the whole right wing today. Oh yeah, that's already moved. What the heck am I doing? Oh my god. Get it together! Okay, there we go. Now we're there. Okay, now back to this actual dungeon talk and not just Golden Sun talk. We've found Sylph Feather in that thing. And here there's nothing. Okay. So down here, let's see what we've got for us. Oh, one of these. I told you these would show up again. This one you have to be a lot quicker, though. Yeah, see how quickly that fills up? That was just barely getting it. And I'm pretty sure that's not the last one, if I remember correctly. So, yeah. Stay on your toes throughout this dungeon. This dungeon, I think, is the most difficult up to this point, discounting, well, not counting Ayers Rock, but that's a pretty tough dungeon to, top in terms of difficulty, Ayers Rock is really something else. But yeah, I'd say this is the second most difficult. Now I know there's a pathway through there. There's no denying that. So on through. This is the area I was talking about. That was actually pretty easy. I don't know why I irrationally hated this area earlier. Just like this specific area. Potion? That's not even a bad reward. Potions are pretty nice, Speaking of potions, well, speaking of items in general, I really haven't used any this whole Let's Play, huh? I've only used like a couple, and that's in the final boss of the first game. Now that was a nightmare. and if that's anything to go by, the final boss of this game is gonna be even worse. So yeah, I think I'd benefit by saving them up until then, so that's what I'm going to do. Well, if I do have to use items in bosses before, of course I'll use them. It's not like they're gonna be a final boss only thing, because that's usually not how you're supposed to play RPGs. That's how hoarders play, but I wouldn't necessarily call myself okay. That's I think well, people in Golden Sun always level slowly more than other RPGs. But yeah, that's a lot of we've been through a lot of battles until there's no next level, but that's to be expected. By this point, the enemies are pretty evenly rounded out because you could either do the Earth section or the Mercury section. Sorry, Venus section or Mercury section. Why isn't it spitting out stuff? Anyway. Oh, I remember how you do that. Okay. So we'll go back there and then we'll call it a day after that's over. But, yeah. You could either do the Mercury section first, or you could do the Venus section first. The Venus section being Gaia Rock and Ankohl Ruins, and the Mercury section being Aqua Rock and Tundaria Tower. So, I think that's why the levels are sorta equalized, and that's why usually around this point in the game, you don't gain levels as fast as you would in other places. Like, you're leveling once every dungeon, pretty much. Pretty much. That was my experience playing around the first couple of times, though. So, yeah. Oh yeah, and while we're on the topic of backtracking, I know there's a hard mode for the Lost Stage specifically, not the first game, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before, I think I have, but when I played through it, people said it was, significantly more difficult than the, first, the first route, but, okay, where am I, first and foremost? Oh yeah, I'm there, okay, got it. Okay, but yeah, the hard mode was still like statistically, the ed mode were more difficult, but I think that it was still pretty much just as easy. It was just a matter of like, not even levels took made a big difference there. I mean, I'm pretty sure Digini were the end-all be-all of the hard mode of that game. Oh, or sorry, of that mode. Because, well, even then, it wasn't too much of a difference. All you were looking at was, maybe a couple of more revives, maybe the battle takes a bit longer, maybe you have to plan for more endurance strategies, but it was nothing groundbreaking, and I like how this game isn't just that. It doesn't just make things longer, doesn't just make things it has actual changes, which I appreciate very much, and I'm pretty sure I've already had this exact conversation one time, so let's just move on. Plus, we're already at our destination. As you can see, that thing pushes you down. Sand right here. Don't forget to do that. Then undo right there. Okay? Now that we're there, this sand thing opens up. And we can go through. And up here, we are on the final section, I hope, of Ankohl Ruins. So, on the next episode of Golden Sun, The Lost Stage Reloaded, I believe we will finally finish up this dungeon for good. So, I'll see you then.